Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hamdü Rabbil alemin ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulina Muhammed ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. Destur ya seyyidi medeti ve sultan enbiya. The value of human comes from having a good heart. All people should have good behavior. But how can you have that? You can have by listening and by following our Prophet ﷺ and his representative. To do that, you should trust them without any doubt. You must know their heart connected with Allah Almighty Jalla Jalaluhu, and their word is coming from Allah Almighty. Allah Almighty is your creator. He knows everything what you have better than you. Our Prophet ﷺ said, we cannot sleep satisfied when a neighbor hungry. We cannot sleep satisfied when poor people hungry. Our religion teach us to share everything what we have. We should share our money, our food, our clothes. It is very important study because this sharing teach us to be generous and also protect us from stinginess. This stinginess is worst manner. The first devil of being stingy is to sleep satisfied when other people hungry. When we look at all world, we see so many people hungry. We don't do anything about them. We are watching. Especially colonial countries left them suffer. They don't care about them. They don't look at their situation. Colonial countries, even poor people knock their door. Colonial countries don't hear, and don't open their door for them. They feed dogs more than human. So many countries who colonized Africa, and so many people died in Africa from hunger. They don't care about them. No, because they lost their humanity. Their humanity is dead. We should know all sustenance, all food, all benefit comes from Allah Almighty. Allah Almighty gave us to examine us if we share or not, if we stingy or generous. If you stingy, you are with Satan. If you generous, you are with Allah Almighty and his good servants. Whoever become with Allah Almighty, Allah Almighty helps him and loves him. Because when you generous, Allah Almighty loves you. Because our Prophet ﷺ said, Allah Almighty is generous and he loves generous people. Allah is love, and become with Allah Almighty is the highest level. And when we share our money and our income, we might think our money and our income will be reduced. It is wrong. It is wrong. Because every good thing what we have in our life comes to us from Allah Almighty. Only Allah Almighty can give us barakat, can give us abundance. When we share for Allah Almighty, Allah Almighty may make increase our income, and our income will not reduce, because our Prophet ﷺ said, if you share, if you give for Allah Almighty, Allah Almighty return you minimum 10 times. If you give charity for Allah Almighty, Allah Almighty return you minimum 10 times. That's why when we share, when we give for Allah Almighty, our income will not reduce, definitely. We should know. When we don't help poor people, when we don't share, we will change good poor people into bad people. They might be thief, they might be grabber. At the end, the harm of it will return to us, come back to us, and we will be the responsible. And when we don't share, also we will be thief, because Allah Almighty orders us minimum to give 1 out of 40 from our money. It is right of poor people. This is right of poor people. When we don't share, when we don't give, in reality, we steal from them. We steal their money, their right. In fact, if we don't share, before poor people steal from us, we already steal from them. You can say, why I should share? This money and this income is mine. Why? I obtained them by hard work. Then you tell us, who gave you this power? Who gave you this mind? Who gave you? Allah Almighty gave you. Everything what you have, Allah Almighty gave you to examine you, if you are good person or not. Allah Almighty may make us generous and protect us from being stingy. ومن الله التوفيق بحرمة الفاتحة.